welcome back to the Spy Games channel. This is Nick, and I'm here again in OakLands. Kinda got hooked on this game, so you'll probably see more OakLands. It is March the 29th, and I believe March the 31st. All of the St. Patrick's Day stuff will be gone. So one of the items is this Gift of Irish Mystery. They were locked, you couldn't open them, but now you can. So these, it says on the website that these will no longer, forever, never, ever, ever be back in the game again. So you should go grab some if you want one. They're a little expensive, they're like $12,000 a piece. And you get a green grape soda inside each box. So that's kind of cool looking. But this is not what I wanted to make a video on today. I wanted to make a video on making money. Everybody wants to know how to make money in this game. And a lot of people say ores, a lot of people say wood. Some people, you know, have you traveling all over the map for different things. But there's also fruit in the game. There was an apple tree right here. So there's apple trees just right here on the starting of the map that you can just pick up apples and actually throw them in your truck and go sell them. But that's not how you make money. What you need to do is process the apples. So you need to make jams and jellies out of the apples. I've been working on my base a little bit, so kind of getting some things cleaned up and moved around, so it's looking a little bit nicer than it did. But this is what I wanted to show you over here. So in the game, I have found anyway, there might be one or two that I don't have, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different things that you can process in the jam and jelly machine. So the jam and jelly machine, I have mine way up there. You can go to the flower shop. If you don't know where that is, you can ask me. I'll make a video on it. But there's other videos out there on how to get it from the flower shop. And there's also videos out there on how to set it up. Jars go on one side, fruit goes in the other side. You get to keep the jars. So the jars are like recyclable, I guess you could say. Whenever you go to sell it, all you sell is the stuff out of the jar. But anyway, let's get right to it. So in the game, there are bananas, and as you can see, I've got bananas way down here on the end. They only sell for $200 a jar. Pine cones, $240. Cranberries are $400. Those are over in the winter biome. Apples, which are right here in this biome that you start in, $600 a jar. Kiwi, also in this same biome, but they're found on bushes. So you gotta look on the little bushes that are around. There's not too many here. But I'll show you kind of where you can find kiwi. They're a little bit hard to find because they don't spawn everywhere, but anyway, kiwis, $720. Pears, pretty easy to find. They're actually just right over that. They're just right over there on the other side of the resource hub. I'll run over there too and show you what some pear trees look like. Now the gnocchi mushrooms, I have seen videos that say, oh, the gnocchi mushrooms are the best mushrooms to get in the game. They're so good to sell. Wrong, look, gnocchi mushrooms, I sold one. It's only $760 a jar. You can go get pears for that. So don't waste your time traveling all the way to this winter cave. You gotta go up a mountain and you gotta go across a cable car with your truck, and you gotta go down the mountain on the other side, and then you gotta blow open a hole in a mountain, and you gotta drive through all this stupid ice that's broken and you can fall through, and it takes a long time, and it's very treacherous just to get these gnocchi mushrooms. I bet it took me, I've got 4 of these and 4 of the other ones you'll see here in a second. I got 4 of each of them and some ore, and I bet it took me 25 minutes or more just to get there and back. Now that doesn't include the mining them and picking them and all that stuff, but just to get through all that junk. Now there might be a faster way, I don't know, and I'm sure as I did the route multiple times, I would get more and more faster at it. But anyway, the regular white gnocchi mushrooms, not worth it. $760 a jar. Lemons, $1,000 a jar, and oranges, $1,000 a jar. Oddly enough, they look like they've got the same tree, so those are pretty easy to find. Coconuts, $1,200 a jar. Pomegranates over in the winter biome, on a couple of trees over there. No, I think they're on bushes. These are on bushes. $12.80 a jar. Dragon fruit, very, very good. They're on the same trees as the orange and the lemon, and they're $1,400 a jar. And then this is the best one I have found so far. It's the golden gnocchi. So the golden gnocchi, $15.60 a jar. They are rare spawns. I don't know how I stumbled across a patch of 4 of them, but they're rare compared to the spawn rate of the white regular gnocchis. But they are decently priced. However, again, it's just a matter of, do I really want to drive all the way over there and risk dumping my truck, risk dumping all the mushrooms out of it and have to go back? In my opinion, not worth it. Not worth it. If someone wants to show me a quicker way to get over there that's safer and only takes a few minutes, then great. But in my opinion, not worth it. So we're just going to run here real quick. I'm just going to show you where a couple of these things are. I don't want to take too much time, because that way you guys can start making the monies. But apple trees, of course, are right here. These are apple trees. That one right there I just passed. Apple tree. So if you come up here and you go right behind the little mountain where right now the St. Patrick's Day stuff is, these are pear trees. There's some pears right there. It's pretty easy to get. There's one laying on the ground. Just make sure you use the living axe, which is this green one. You want to cut it down with the green one. If you cut it down with the living axe, all the fruit will fall down. If you cut it down with not the living axe, let's see, there's at least 3 or 4 up there. Watch what happens when the pears hit the ground. Right there. So see, one of them spoiled. So if there was only 1 or 2 on there, you're only going to get half of what you wanted. So if you want to get all of the fruit, use the living axe. It's the better axe to use when you're getting fruit. Coconuts are on pine trees. You can find them in the desert or on the beaches. They're pretty easy to see, and you can climb the pine trees, or not the pine trees, the palm trees. You can climb palm trees. So if you come across the long bridge and you make a left here into the pear trees, and you come back here in the back right behind them, these are lemon trees here. So there's some lemons up there. There's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Man, that one's got 5 of them on there. Man, that's a lot of money. And then sometimes on these little bushes right here is where I find the kiwi. Let me see. Yeah, here's one right there. That's a kiwi right there on this little bush. So, they're not everywhere. It looks like there's another one over there. But as you start to see these things, and the orange trees look exactly like these, except oranges instead of lemons. And they're on the other way. If you go towards the lighthouse, you'll find the orange trees. Now, if you look for that same tree, which is that one right there, but come up here, let's see, which way am I going? I need to go over this way. Come up here to like the deserty biome. You should find the dragon fruits. The dragon fruit grow on the same tree. Oop. It's not a high spawn rate, so you really just have to kind of drive around and kind of look at the trees. I usually don't go across that bridge. I usually just kind of stay around this area. It's here by this blue all glass store. And excuse me, who knows? I might not find any right now that I'm looking for them, but Usually I just kind of drive around here, and we'll get lucky. Maybe 1 or 2 trees will have some fruit on it. If you get to this point here, I mean, if you're actually going where I'm going, turn around and go back, because that's a dead end. And don't go up there, that's a dead end. Let's go across that bridge real quick. We'll just see if we can find any dragon fruit over there. But yeah, you can take your jam and jelly machine and put, you can put 2 or 3 of them inside each other, which just increase how fast the jars pop out with the fruit in them. And then you just go and drive your truck over to where you sell your ores and turn it in. It's pretty simple. Bring all your jars back, re-put them in the machine. Well, it doesn't look like I'm gonna find any dragon fruit, but I was really wanting to show you guys some dragon fruit in the trees. Oh, here they are, here they are. Yeah, so see, it's the peach, or the lime, or the lemon tree and the orange tree is the ones that have the dragon fruit. So, if you are wandering around, like I said, the spawn rate for them is pretty low, but they do sell pretty good. So I'm actually going to pick these up while I'm here. But I hope this helps you out. Hope you can figure out the best fruits for you to sell. Just because the price is very high, as you've seen, it took quite some time to find 1 tree that had dragon fruit on it. I doubt I'll see another one on my way back, but you know, you have to think of it in a way, time is money. So do you really want to drive all the way to the winter biome and spend so much time to go get something and try to get back? Or do you just want to go and get some limes and some oranges? And I got kind of turned around here, I'm sorry. Go get limes and oranges and coconuts that are pretty easy to get, and you can get them really quickly, and make more money that way than you would trying to go get pomegranates or those golden gnocchi mushrooms. So, you know, I hope that helps. I hope you guys can make a ton of money in the game. And if you have any questions, by all means, leave me a comment below. I do read through them. I like seeing all the comments. So, yeah, I think that's it. Until next time, this has been Nick with the Spy Games crew, and I am going to say peace out.